Worthless Clowns, the only
anti-gang rape podcast.
They sing about like
right.
living in poverty and like wanting to like your dad. This is your dad.
All right, we're talking about Everclear.
Welcome to the pod. It's called Worthless Clowns. It's a
Podcast about how stupid we all are.
Oh,
Hey.
fuck my ass, sorry.
My name's Brittany Cardwell. Follow me on Instagram at Bertonis Cardwell.
And I'm Allie O'Neill. Follow me on Instagram at It's Allie O'Neill. And we got a stupid guest today.
Yeah,
You can...
What?
this idiot.
He's just finding out. He has a podcast called Out for Smokes, which is hilarious. Mike Recine.
Thanks for having me.
Christine.
Of course.
And you guys know we were talking about this. We were talking about this backstage, actually.
Backstage on the weird
Yeah.
colored sofa over there.
Yeah. We talked about this backstage, but I'm a big fan of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Huge fan of the
I'm a
show.
regular listener. I've
Yeah.
told some of my listeners to listen to your show. Hopefully they've come over,
Hell
for my
yeah.
show.
We had one guy
And,
comment saying that you
You had one
ranked
guy,
us.
so I got you
Yeah.
one. I got you one guy.
Yeah.
We got one.
Dude, we
Yeah.
got 2 listeners now.
Hopefully it's not the freak that keeps messaging.
Oh my God, yeah.
We love you all.
Yeah, but you got to be nice to the freaks that keep messaging.
I know, yeah. Every once in a
'Cause-
while, I'll give them like a little breadcrumb. They'll reply to like 4 of my stories, and then every 4th one, I'll be like, ha, 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 ha. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you reply to your podcast?
You just give them like a number from your address, like, and then maybe after like 5 years they have your whole like with the zip code, and then hopefully you've moved by
They've
then.
each got a corkboard at home
Yeah.
with it all on it.
Yeah.
Pictures
Yeah.
of you taken from afar.
Yeah.
He needs a corkboard to figure out how to spell my address.
You give him one letter, one number every year.
Yeah.
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 The beginning letter of every message I send him is one of the letters or numbers in my address.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
he'll get there. I believe in him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Little Easter eggs we leave for our listeners.
yeah.
You know?
One time I went to my bodega. So
Uh-huh.
normally I just wear like whatever I was sleeping in and like I look awful.
Yeah.
I don't wear makeup or anything. I'm just working from home. One time
Yeah.
I go to my
You've
bodega like that.
you've great stories. Like I drove.
She does have the best stories.
Yeah. Well, I drove her to
That
the
wasn't
train
a
the other
story.
night, and she was like,
I'm not done.
"No," but I drove her to the train the other night, and she was like, "So my toenails are like getting really long, and they're causing me a lot of discomfort." And I was like, "That's like the most Brittany thing I've ever heard." And I was like, "Oh, I don't know what you're gonna do about that."
The story was I didn't realize how long my toenails had gotten.
I have like really long toenails.
It's pretty like making conversation.
Yeah.
I was in pain
Yeah.
because they were so long that one of them was cutting into my other toe. And I had
What?
gone on a run earlier that day and I didn't realize it until I looked over and I saw a bloody sock on the ground.
Dude, you're like a dog.
I'm like
You
a
should
bleeding
start a web
sock.
series called like The Adventures of Dog Girl, but it's just you dress up like a dog, but it's just like your stories from your life, and it's just you with dog ears and a dog snout, but it's just literally stories from your life.
Wait,
Yeah.
is the toenail thing like the LaCroix thing? Where you don't take care of yourself because you don't think you deserve it?
No, I think I just missed stuff a lot.
Gotcha.
But
What's
wait,
the LaCroix thing?
back to the
Oh, the LaCroix thing is like for a very long time. I would like buy a box of LaCroix and I'm like, 1 a day, Allie.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
only deserve 1 a day.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
I
they're
would get
bad for
high.
your teeth.
LaCroix?
Yeah,
heard
carbonation's
that.
really bad for your teeth.
All right, well then I'm getting
Yeah.
all of my shit knocked right out because I'm addicted, dude. I fucking love LaCroix.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Fuck me
And
up.
sometimes
with
you
LaCroix.
treat yourself to like, the cherry lime, the blackberry cucumber, like the premium flavors.
premium.
There's another one, I forget what it is, but I would get cherry lime sometimes. And I would
Oh, dude, I love
Yeah.
the key lime.
Okay.
Oh, fuck me up.
and that's better. Is that better than the regular lime?
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
like a tiny bit sweeter.
Okay.
I like
it's
regular
so
lime.
good.
Huh.
Anyway, what were you saying about your bodega
Oh,
story?
well, now I don't know if it's a good story or not, but
Well,
so
Mike
Yeah,
says
it's
that you have
probably
great
not,
stories.
but
based on the toe thing.
it's probably not. But we just talked about seltzer for. Yeah.
No, we're like, Brittany, shut up. The adults are talking.
Yeah,
we have
yeah,
to
yeah.
talk about seltzer.
Anyway, you're not going to recognize me in my neighborhood.
Brittany, shut the fuck up.
The one time I go to a bodega, I always look
Yeah.
like shit, right?
Yeah.
And one day I happened
I'm sorry.
to
I like the story about when you moved because you were thinking. Because as you guys know, I'm a huge fan of the show. And then when you move,
You're just doing memories of the show.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be like a
listen.
fanboy.
This is a recap.
Like when I moved.
Yeah, you said you were like I thought about not moving because I wanted to keep my my deli guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and then they left me.
That's a very
Another great story.
Do you want to
That's
continue your story and then Mike interrupts it again?
I'm sorry. I'm just so nervous.
I don't even want to tell the story.
I'm sorry. I just love the show so much.
He like made a plan. He's like, what are my talking points for this whole hour?
Yeah.
And he researched every episode and was like, I like that story. I like that story.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm making this weird.
Brittany said the thing about toes one time.
I'll just be like a regular guy. Like pretend I'm not like a fan of the
No,
show.
we love it.
We love it. We were planning on talking about this.
I should be more like a guest. I should act like I belong here instead of being like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm here with Allie and Brittany. Because it's funny, like the shows that make it into your regular podcast rotation, you know, some of them, like there's shows I've been listening to for years, and then I'll listen to like 10 minutes of it. I'll be like, this is dog shit. And I turn it off. And
Wow.
I get mad, but I've been pretty regular with you guys.
Yeah, one time we saw you at Pete's Candy Store and you came up to me and when Brittany was on stage and you were like, are you guys friends in real life?
Yeah.
And then you showed me that you were listening to Maggie's episode of the podcast.
Yeah. I was like,
And that you had 10 minutes left and you're like, you know when you have a cheesecake at home in the fridge.
yeah.
He's like, I can't wait to listen.
I want to
to
make sure I don't, for lack of a better term, blow my load on this show. Yeah.
And then at that show, I didn't have a very good set, and I was talking to Mike after, and I was like, "Yeah, you saw what happened there." And he's like, "You know what? Some people just aren't good comics."
Yeah. Well.
Oh my God. That's
No, but I mean that's a better thing to say than like, oh no, I thought it was.
Oh
no,
yeah,
absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's funny.
Yeah.
I think I was like, you should probably write more. You know?
Have you tried being better at comedy?
Listen, why don't you quit stand up and just do 5 episodes a day of this show, and I'll listen to every single one of them.
And it's only for you.
It's only for me.
Literally only for you.
And I'll just sit in my living room with a hat that says "Worthless Clowns" on it, and I'll have like a foam finger, and I'll just like.
Once we get our merch, he's gonna be decked out in it.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
it's
I
all
will.
shit.
I will,
eating
yeah.
You're gonna
dirt.
get the Panasonic shirt. You're gonna get the vape dog chain thing.
Yeah.
What else do we
It has
got?
nothing
And
to
my
do
wife
with
would be
dogs.
like, "We're going to my
Trifecta t-shirt?
sister's wedding. Do you have like another shirt you can wear?" And I'm like, "I want to wear this." Why can't I rep my favorite show? They do 3 episodes a day just for me. They do more than Joe Rogan.
Oh my God, dude. I was at a, speaking of quitting comedy, I was at a show on Saturday. You know Chris Metcalf? You know Chris Metcalf.
Wait, she didn't get to tell her story.
Oh,
though.
fuck. Brittany,
I don't
tell
wanna
your
tell
story.
it.
Okay, all right.
All right,
I'll tell it
anyway.
at the end. I'll surprise you, and it won't be good.
And you'll be like, that was like that one time I was at the bodega. No, but I was at a show, like just like a bar show on Saturday, and Chris Metcalf was on stage, and there's this lady who was heckling, and she kept being like, "Get to the joke already, jeez," and she was clearly like really like drunk, and so Chris was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Like, what are you doing over there?" And then she was like, "I'm a stand-up comedian." And then he was like, "Sick, I'm gonna give the rest of my time to this lady." And then she like went up and started doing comedy. First of all, her first line was,
You never do that.
No. I've heard
No.
about this, but
Yeah.
I didn't think it really happened.
It's in all of the books that you read about stand-up comedy that I read in like 2001.
Yeah.
They all say never.
Judy Carter or whatever.
Judy- I didn't read that one, but I read
that
a
one.
lot of them. I read a good amount of stand-up comedy books, and they all say don't never give up the microphone.
"Oh yeah, no,"
Yeah.
but Chris went up and
I bet she was good, right?
no, she was awful.
Oh, she was?
Her
Okay.
her first line was like from like a line from Showgirls, the movie, and then she like just named a bunch of locations, and she was so terrible. Also, when I heard that going on, I was in the bathroom and I was peeing, and I heard him be like, "I'm gonna let her on stage," and then I started pissing so
See,
hard
I have
that I almost
Get
popped
out
a
there.
blood vessel because I wanted to go see it.
See, that wouldn't happen to me because I have a concealed carry permit. So
You have just shot her.
I was shot her.
Be like, anybody else have anything to say?
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm from Detroit.
Yeah. And then my clip would just say Second Amendment on my Instagram page. Because I've noticed that comics are sort of like they're giving up the microphone so that because they're hoping they get their little viral like crowd work.
Yeah, no,
moment,
totally.
but-
Yeah.
But then they're losing
It's
control
so
of the
cucked.
room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so
They
cucked
are
to me.
getting cucked.
They're getting cucked
And then also,
by the algorithm. You're letting the little algorithm cuck you.
dude, that's
Yeah.
a band name, Cucked by the Algorithm.
Yeah.
But
You're letting the algorithm fuck your wife.
yeah. But like this lady goes up and then gets off stage and then like the show continues. But then Chris is like fuming
Did
at
she
the
have
bar.
material? Well, you were there.
I was there.
Did she have material?
Barely. Like she probably did.
And she was drunk.
She probably did like 5 open mics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she definitely like had like there was
I
a
would have
structure.
put 2 in her skull.
Would have pumped her full of fucking
I
lead,
would have just
dude.
pumped her full of lead. Yeah. Yeah.
But and then Chris was like fuming at the bar after, and he's like, "Should I go fucking talk? No, I should go talk to her." And I was like, "Go talk to her. Go talk to her."
Did he ever get the mic back, or he just let her end?
No, he just let her end it.
That's so weird.
But like he had like 2 minutes left of his set anyway. But I'm like a reality TV show producer, and I was like, "Yeah, go talk to her. Go
Yeah.
yell at her.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
deserves to
yeah.
know what she did." And so he goes over there to this like 22-year-old lady, and he's like, "Do you really think that you did good tonight? Do you really think that you did good? Because you're disrespecting the art form. You
sounds
should
like
fucking quit."
Sounds like he's talking to a dog he's punishing.
know.
Do you think you're a good
Yeah.
boy? You think that...
And then he came back to me. He's like, "I gotta go smoke some weed," and then he left. It was so fucking crazy. He got mad like in the same way that like a dad gets mad when there's like bad service at a restaurant. You know what I mean? He was like that kind, like
Right.
like flavor of mad. It
Right.
was so funny.
He's like, Applebee's used to mean something.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Used to have some fucking respect in this country.
Yeah.
Now I gotta ask for straws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we,
You want to get into?
You wanna get
you
into
got a
your
stupid
story?
for us?
My stupid story.
yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I guess I was thinking a lot about this. I mean, I don't, not to like toot my own horn, but I don't know if I have a lot of stupid stories because I have a family, so I have a lot of responsibility. So I try to, you know, I try to like.
Okay, don't act like having a
I don't
family
know, I
makes
just-
you a good person.
No, I know. No, it does. You're right. It doesn't. But I do like to.
This is all going to be about you being smarter than your kid. That's going to be good.
I think I might be smarter than my kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's 2, almost 2.
Catch
Pretty,
up
he's
fast,
pretty
though.
smart though.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. He well, you're not gonna care about this, but
No, I love babies.
he
Me
can
too.
say he knows his name now. So
Sick.
you go,
Aw.
what's your name? And he says his name.
Oh hell
So
yeah.
that's cool. Yeah.
My nephew doesn't know his name. So
No?
pretty smart kid.
How old is
Yeah.
Benjamin?
He's also like 2.5. I don't think he knows his
Oof.
name.
Wow, smart kid.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You guys should compete for which kid is better.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah, it's not a competition.
Says the person winning currently.
Mine
yeah,
also
it's not. I don't think that. But I guess my stupid story is like, so it's. I guess it's more of like an autistic story than a stupid story. 'Cause you
Perfect.
guys-
We
Perfect.
love
'Cause-
autism on this show.
yeah. No. Oh, I know you do. You talk. Yeah. You talk about it a lot.
We do.
Especially the
Um,
last few.
Yeah.
We got to pause for a while.
I know,
Oh,
yeah.
Well, okay.
This is
Yeah.
our last autism for
Yeah.
for a month. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're like the lucky winner, like the 100th, whatever, at a grocery store.
Yeah, exactly.
But I have noticed that a lot of people are diagnosing themselves with
Mm,
autism
mhm.
these days.
Yeah.
Mostly white women, but like other people
Well,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like, and you see this a lot on TikTok where there's like 16-year-olds who are searching for a way to like have like an identity in
Yeah,
some way.
Sure.
And my favorite brand of them is there's people who like are pretending to have like DID, which is like multiple personality
Oh,
disorder.
yeah.
And then there's just like a few of them who will be like, yeah, one of my others is black, so I can say the N-word.
But wait,
are they
I
really?
always wonder this.
I was gonna say, yeah, they're probably like,
Yeah.
I always wonder this, like,
hell, this is my second personality.
yeah. The people that diagnose themselves with DID,
Yeah.
I always wonder if it's just because they aren't realizing that they have different thoughts. Like, I have a bunch of different thoughts and they seem like different perspectives.
Yeah,
Are
yeah,
those
yeah.
people just going, oh, that seems like a different person?
Yeah, I feel
But
like
it's
that
like-
there's some people like that, and then there's some people who are
She
just
has
like,
different
this is
thoughts.
cool.
Like, I should trim my toenails. I'm not gonna trim my toenails. And that could be like multiple personalities.
Brittany's like, in you is 2 wolves.
Yeah.
One wolf that wants to trim your toenails.
yeah.
Anyway, yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of people are self-diagnosing with autism, and I'm
Mhm.
like, sure,
But
whatever
part of it all
helps.
is also the
But
popularity
then,
of, like, the
which is like
shows.
fine. But then they get really into like language policing and
oh, big time, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to get into that.
Mm.
But I guess the autistic thing that I do is sometimes when I listen to this show, my favorite show. Sorry.
Sorry.
I'll get over it. Just give me a couple minutes.
You guys can't see this, but he's drooling.
Shut up. They can't see it, so why would you bring that up? I'm actually if I could just get a napkin or something. But
A bib.
no, but sometimes when I listen to the show, and I think this is kind of like weird, but the show makes me want to like I'll be listening to it and then I'll pause the show and then I'll like start talking. Like I'll think about
like what you would respond.
yeah, like what I would respond. And I think it's like it's
Wait,
kind
out
of like
loud?
if I'm like in my car, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, or if I'm on an airplane, I'll just pause the show and I'll be like,
You're like,
you know,
hey, what do you think
my-
about this? And you turn to
Yeah.
the person next to you.
yeah,
Sometimes I do that with
It makes
podcasts
me
that I
wanna-
listen to.
yeah.
But I don't ever say
Right.
it out loud. I'm just like, if I was being asked about
No,
what
no.
Justice
I hit
is
the-
by Amanda Knox,
Yeah.
I would say this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're listening to like Mark Maron, you're like, Mark, I think you need to shut up. And stop,
Oh, yeah. I
and
think that a
stop
lot. Yeah.
whining. Yeah.
I know.
No, but I'll pause the show and I'll be like, oh yeah, actually, one time my dad did this, and I'll be like, this is where I would jump. And I feel like it's like a kind of practice.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
for
yeah.
when
yeah.
you're
That's a great
for
idea.
when you're on a show. I think
Oh.
It makes you good at like, I feel like it's good for like a good practice for riffing.
Yeah, that's a
Mhm.
great way to warm up.
Conversations.
Sometimes I've told Allie this before.
because you think about like how you would jump in and like how you would
Yeah.
say it.
Mhm.
Yes.
You know,
no,
and
totally.
hopefully it would.
Yeah.
You know, because
Sometimes I call a friend if I haven't talked to anybody all day
Mhm.
before a show, just so that we can riff a little bit.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So maybe
Yeah.
I'll do a podcast.
Because people don't realize,
Once I
but
lose my friends.
podcasting is like the hardest. It's the hardest job. Well, it's a hard job because we don't have it. We don't
Wait,
come in here with
like
anything.
even harder than like ice road truckers and stuff.
I would say so. Yeah, because at least ice road truckers, they know what they're supposed. They know what they're gonna do. They're gonna steer the wheel
Yeah.
and not do it
and
badly.
Maybe die. Yeah. 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 What is ice road truckers though? They drive
It is
on
just
the
driving
ice.
on slippery.
And
It
what
really is
happens?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just them like hauling goods
Uh-huh.
across like Alaska and shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. But why aren't the roads?
What's
why is
the
there ice on the
story
roads?
other
Just
than
because they are?
slipping?
Just because like it's probably like if you're bringing things long distances, chances
Yeah.
are you're gonna get to a place
A
in like
stretch,
North
a long
America
stretch,
where
yeah.
it's like people don't
Mm.
usually drive.
Mhm.
You know.
So, but then are all truckers ice road truckers, or just a certain? Do you have to be like certified? It sounds like a made up job.
I don't know, but there was
Yeah.
a whole show on the Discovery Channel about it.
Okay.
And
yeah,
like,
sure.
I don't know if they probably have to have their regular like Class A license or whatever to like drive like big trucks.
Mhm.
I don't know if like you have to get certified
And
for
what do
icy
they?
roads.
But what do they? Yeah, what do they do?
I don't know.
Is every episode
But
the same? They're just driving across ice.
Or it's
Yeah.
like there's always like some drama where they're like, oh well, we got a long stretch coming up, and then I have to go over this like canyon, and then this road's like really thin, and then sometimes you have to like back
Yeah.
up, and then you have to know
Oh.
how to like back up with
Ugh.
like a trailer on.
Yeah.
My dad would love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad loved it.
Mm.
That's how I know about it.
Do you remember any of the like bits you came up with in your responses to our?
No, I don't. But I'll just kind of like,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
just pause and I'll just riff, and I'll be like, you know what? Well, actually, what happened to me one time? was,
That's
Yeah.
so funny.
I love how you're
I'm gonna
putting
try
on like
that.
a podcast voice that you have not used with us one time
what
yet.
actually happened? It's like a morning radio voice.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You know what
yeah,
I was
yeah.
thinking about?
Yeah. Well, could I shove that soda bottle up my ass? I'm just like the guy that gets naked.
Did you ever listen to Howard Stern?
Yeah, I'm not like in
Barely.
my fantasy. I'm not like a member of the show.
You're
I'm
just
just like your little like.
you're our Andy Richter.
I'm like no, but like the morning radio guy that like shoves stuff up his ass. That's what I am in my little.
Andy Richter.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
I
On the early episodes of Conan, that's what they
they
did.
just made him. They just launched hot dogs into his ass.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I remember listening to like Howard Stern at like fucking 6 a.m. while my mom was driving me to school, and
Yeah.
then they would be like judging ladies' tits,
Mhm.
and I was like, the
Yeah, I
sun's
remember
not
a lot
even
of
up
that stuff.
yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are we talking?
And
about
how did you? What was your like reaction to that?
I felt like, well, because since I was younger, I just like felt like embarrassed.
Mhm.
But my mom just kept it on.
Mhm.
She was like, "No, Allie, I'm listening to
Mhm.
this."
Your mom has a pattern of that though. Like when she would just take
Yeah.
her pants off and be like, "Come look,
Yeah,
Mm.
gotcha."
don't act like I had any choice in the
Yeah.
matter. of
Allie,
seeing-
on a scale of 1 to 5, how would you rate my?
Also, 1 to 5 is a hilarious choice for. How's my
Is it?
pussy? 1
Yeah.
to 5. 1 out of 5 stars.
Mm,
You know, like a restaurant, like Yelp.
that's
Mhm.
the pod rating scale.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I'll tell you,
This pod is about this pod today.
my wife's 5 stars. just to be clear,
We're gonna send her that clip on your anniversary.
My wife, my wife Deborah has a 5-star pussy.
That's merch.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that is. I've been thinking forever. What's my T-shirt? I think that's it.
My wife Deborah has a 5-star pussy.
Yeah.
Also,
really
just saying my wife Deborah, like putting a name
Yeah,
to
yeah,
it
yeah.
makes it real
And
funny.
the full name too.
Yeah. It is funny that her name is Deborah.
It is. That is
Yeah.
a wife name.
Yeah. Like from like 30
It's an
years
old
ago.
wife.
Yeah, yeah,
name.
yeah.
Mhm.
It's like her name being
Sorry,
like
Deb.
Cheryl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Does she ever go by Debbie or anything?
She doesn't like Debbie.
None of
Deb.
the nicknames even sound less old. They all
No,
sound,
they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Deborah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, totally. But
Well, shout out to my wife, Deborah. I
you do post about her a lot on
Do I?
Instagram.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always like,
Well, she's kind of the star of the relationship, I think.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That tracks.
She's very well liked. I'm not as well liked.
It's always like you being like, this is my wife.
Yeah.
I have a wife.
Yeah.
Here's my wife.
She's like, are you pausing a podcast and
That's what
thinking
he-
about where you would jump in?
Yeah. That's what he practices in the pod. Is just like, what can I say that's nice about my wife?
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
You're like listening to a podcast.
I'm like, my wife Deborah's got a 1-star pussy.
and you're like, I think that one needs a little bit of work. What about 5 stars?
Oh, honey, you're home early.
She catches you in your car saying that to yourself.
Yeah. She's like, what the fuck are you? She's like, you know what? I'm just gonna walk home, actually, so you don't have to explain that.
Oh my fucking God. Do you should we get into the post?
Yeah, let's get into the
you wanna,
post.
You wanna
Okay.
listen to a
yeah.
post?
Unless you
Sure,
got another
of course.
story you feel like telling.
A stupid story?
Yeah, whatever you want.
Well, all right. Speaking of my wife Deborah, I last week, so I had to cancel the show last week because she works at
Oh,
the Patrice O'Neill benefit every week.
Oh, sick.
Or I'm sorry, every
Every
year.
week?
Every
Yeah.
week. That'd be sweet though. But every year there's a benefit for Patrice O'Neill.
Yeah.
The greatest comic to ever live.
Yep. My cousin.
Yeah. Oh really? Oh yeah.
We have the
Interesting.
Same last name.
Yeah.
It's me, him, and Shaquille. We're all
Makes that
related.
joke all the time.
I know.
I've heard you do this 20
I
times.
know. I'm sorry. Anyway.
You're not related though.
No.
You just okay.
We just
sorry.
have the same last name.
So sorry. I'm just kind of nervous to be here.
you were
I'm just-
like, really? I am from Boston.
It's not
though.
every day you get to do your favorite podcast.
This is my favorite podcast, so once a
Yeah.
week we do it.
Yeah, but so in the course of a week, she like worked the Patrice benefit, and then she like went to. So she worked at Caroline's for a long time, so she like knows she's friends with a lot of comedians like independently of me from working at the club for a long time. So she was like, so we were driving out to her mom's house on Easter, and she was like talking about like all these people that we're both friends with, but like very successful people, and we were stuck in traffic, and for a second I was like, man, if I shot myself in the head, I wouldn't have to listen to this. I wouldn't have to listen to this. I wouldn't have to hear about like all their plans and the stuff they're working on.
You have
that
so
you were-
many intrusive like
Yeah,
shooting
you
thoughts.
really-
Yeah.
Yeah, you have been talking
Throughout
a
the
lot
pod.
about shooting
No,
today.
only twice. I just said I just said I'm no, I just said I would shoot that woman in the head at
Yeah,
the Bushwick
yeah,
show.
And then you
Yeah.
said you'd fill her
And
head
then I
with
said I
lead
would shoot myself.
later.
Yeah.
No, but that was the same story.
Same
though.
story. You're right. You're right.
All right.
There'll be another
All
one.
right. I won't talk about guns anymore. I thought that would impress you guys.
Mike's trifecta would be gun, gun, gun.
Yeah.
I don't think we haven't posted any of those ones yet.
The
have we?
trifecta. No, we haven't posted
Trifecta
any
shirts?
trifecta shirts yet.
For every guest, we try and think of what their 3 things are.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because
What do
mine,
you mean 3 things?
mine
Like,
is
hers
plumbing
are
snakes,
rat
Comanches,
kings.
and rat kings.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
those are the 3 things I talk about incessantly.
Mine's horses, toilets. I don't know the third one yet.
Oh,
Shirts, t-shirts.
shirts, horses, toilets.
Just horses, toilets together like that is very funny. Now, so I read that book too. I read it on audiobook.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And,
Yeah. Empire
yeah.
of the Summer
gotta read
Moon.
this.
Mhm.
It's so good.
Yeah. I was with audiobooks. So with audiobooks, I'm always like I'm in and out because
Yeah,
I'll
you
pause
stop
the
it,
audiobook
and
and
then-
I think about if I was a
Yeah.
Comanche, what I would do.
What I would say.
What I would say and do. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, but so you're always like, oh, they're the greatest warriors
Yeah.
of all
She
time.
hasn't finished the book yet.
I also haven't finished the book.
Yeah. Because they also did a lot of,
Raping and pillaging.
Yeah.
They did a lot of terrible
as they
shit.
say on TikTok, gang grape. They did a lot of
Whoa.
gang grape.
Gang grape.
That was like a big part of their culture.
Yeah.
So are they the greatest warriors if they're doing stuff like that?
Okay, well, it depends on
Like
how
you think they're
define
greater
the great.
than the samurai?
I don't know anything about the samurai,
either.
so I have
Just
no
from
clue.
I just know from one video game that I played.
Does a good
Mortal
warrior
Kombat.
always involve rape?
Ghost
to
of
you,
Tsushima.
Allie?
Well, I think that all right, if we're gonna get into it, I think that if like people with way more technology came onto your land and like destroyed every other Indian nation
Yeah.
except for yours,
Mm-hmm.
you're up there.
Yeah.
Because they were like in the Stone Age, and then people came in with guns, and then they were like, we're gonna gang rape your entire family instead. And so if that has to be a part of it, then by warrior definition,
You're saying they did it because they had to.
or because they really liked it.
Yeah.
You know what we should do? I'll read the book as well. Then we'll do a Patreon where
Yeah.
we do a little book club.
Yeah, we talk
Yeah.
about
Yeah,
Empire of the
I'll be anti-gang rape, and you can be
pro
pro gang
Pro
rape.
gang rape.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm taking plum and snakes out of my trifecta and I'm putting in gang rape. Okay, I'm gonna cut some of this out.
But then it's like gang rape as related to Comanches. You have to have like all these arrows.
I know, but
pointing.
yeah, my trifecta's coming like a web.
I don't think you need to cut any of it out. I think it's an important part of our history.
Yeah, no, I'm not pro gang rape, by the way, everybody.
What's your
No,
trifecta?
I'm not either.
Yeah, me either.
We're all saying it like we don't believe it.
Worthless Clowns, the only
Anti-gang rape
podcast on the internet.
That's gonna be
Gonna be
the opening.
intro.
We all
Oh,
say
man.
it together. Oh god, that's
Fun
so
fact
good.
about podcasts: all the ones you listen to are
pro.
gang rape.
Because guess what? If you're not with us, you're against
Even
us.
if you're neutral gang rape, that's pretty bad.
that's pretty bad. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what's your trifecta, do you think?
Yeah. What
My
do you think?
trifecta?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like 3 things
Like
that I
she's
like?
got her things that she always talks about and thinks about. What are yours?
Oh.
My son, my
give me
wife's
some-
5-star pussy, and
Yeah.
worthless clowns.
Yeah.
we're in it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is Everclear in there?
No, but they're a great band.
Okay.
Yeah.
We should, for Christmas
I mean,
presents for our guests, we should give them their trifecta shirts. Wouldn't that be
I
fun?
would have to design so many shirts.
Yeah, it might be worth it though.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. Logistics of the pod.
Yeah. I'm
Anyway.
not ready to answer.
Okay. Well, we'll think about it.
Yeah.
Let's get
All
into our postie. We got a good one for you.
Let's get into this. All right. You know what this is. We're gonna pull up this.
Oh, I know what this is.
You know.
We're
Do you
gonna
want to
read
guess the post? Wouldn't that be amazing if you got it? You researched all the Reddit posts to be like, I got to prepare for this
Yeah.
podcast.
I gotta have riffs ready.
Okay. Am I the asshole for refusing to talk to my boyfriend because he won't stop using the phrase, "Do you want some poingies for the room?" Backstory: me and my boyfriend were on holiday in Tenerife. I don't know that place. I don't know that place.
Tenerife.
A few months ago, we were in an all-inclusive resort, and we're standing in one of the shops in the lobby where you can buy extra snacks and stuff. A very posh British man walks in with his 12-ish-year-old son, and they're looking around the shop. They went over to where the crisps were, and the boy seemed really interested in the Pringles. The father then asked him in a very cutesy, possibly over the top for his age voice.
Can you read this in a British accent? Because it sounds like.
Do you want some pingies for the room? That's the best accent I've ever done.
It's Pwingies.
Pwingies. Yeah, Pwingies.
You gotta
he
get
called
the G in it.
He called the
Pwingies.
Pringles Pwingies.
There you go. Pwingies.
Do you want to do the accent?
Sure.
You got to say, do you want some Pwingies for the room?
Do you want some poingies for the room?
That was good. That was good.
You want some Pwingies for the room,
Do
Wov?
you want some Pwingies for
that
the
was
room?
a chimney sweep.
So this old guy says that. Then me and my boyfriend found this quite funny. The first few days were fine. We were both joking about it and kept repeating it to one another.
Oh, see, that's fun when somebody says something and
Yeah.
it's like funny
Yeah.
to you,
got a cute
Yeah,
little
but
yeah.
they
joke.
don't realize that it's funny.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
like, but it's fun to have like a little joke
Yeah.
with your
Little
partner,
joke,
being
yeah.
like,
A little joke memory.
you want some Pwingies for the room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like a trip. It's associated with that. So they have all this like, yeah.
Yeah.
I would like that too. So it's fine for a few days.
Mhm.
We're both joking about it, kept repeating it to one another as it was a funny way to refer to Pringles. Okay. Especially as the man was talking to his son like he was a baby. Sounds like they didn't have a lot to say about it, actually. They were just saying what happened over and over.
Yeah, she's just explaining why it's funny to us.
Yeah. This was at the
So
start.
he was calling Pringles Pwingies?
Pwingies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pwingies.
Do you want some Pwingies for the room? This was at the start of our 2 weeks holiday. He did not stop saying, do you want some Pwingies for the room? For the whole 2 weeks we were on the holiday. He would literally say it at least once a minute. he would even torment me by starting a sentence completely unrelated to it and then finishing with, "Do you want some Twingies for the room?" As some sort of sick punchline.
See, this is fun because I feel like I've been on both sides of this.
I've done this
Absolutely.
before.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because you find like an inside joke and you get obsessed. You say it all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I hope not annoying my partner.
Yeah, and if
Yeah.
I am,
'Cause-
I'm still it feels better to say this
Yeah.
thing
Yeah.
than it does to not annoy my
Like
partner.
when I make
Yeah.
Connor and Maxim hear my joke about how we might be fighting.
Yeah.
Every week. But this
But
is
then I've
once
also
a
been like,
minute.
all right, it's time for some new
Yeah.
inside jokes.
Yeah.
It's time for some new material.
Yeah, but then you're out searching and nothing
Yeah.
tickles the brain
What are you
like
And
gonna,
then you're
what are
like,
you
do
gonna
I
do the
like this
same
person?
jokes year after year like you're Mike Recine?
Yeah.
You know?
Wait, but do you really think he's saying it once a
No,
minute?
I think she just hates it so much she blew it up in her mind.
It feels like
It
once
feels
a
like
minute.
once a minute.
Yeah.
It's now been over 3 months since we returned, and he will not stop saying, "Do you want some Twingies for the room?" It's driving me insane. I've begged him to stop, and he honestly thinks I'm just playing along with this joke. I can't have a serious conversation with him because he always manages to slip in, "Do you want some Twingies for the room?" This is a 5-year relationship.
Yeah. When I was in 8th grade, there was this kid, Jose, that would like torment our history teacher. And one day he just kept going, "You play too much." He kept going, "Mr. Weiss, you play too much." And it was really funny. And like we were learning about the Civil War, and our teacher, Mr. Weiss, goes, "All right, in your notebooks, write down states that," and then Jose goes, "Play too much."
States that play too
States
much.
that play too much.
So funny.
This is a 5-year-long relationship. It was absolutely fine up until this point. This is the man I wanted to spend the rest of my life with, but now I don't even want to see him because I'm afraid of when he'll say, "Do you want some Twingies for the room?" She's like terrified around.
She's like, and also the fact that
But
she's
then
like,
he doesn't have anybody else that he can just say
No,
because she was
and
the only person
It's his
that was
favorite thing.
there.
yeah, that's true.
I don't know how you could have that as your favorite thing for 3 months.
I
though.
also
It's
think
a
it's
long
funny that
time.
she's like-
Allie, Comanches.
It's funny that she's like, I can't even have a serious conversation with him anymore.
Yeah.
And she's like, my father's in hospice. And he's like, would you like some Twingies for the room?
Well, how much can you like beat that horse though? You know.
Well, but here's the thing. I think sometimes with jokes, like Family Guy was really good at this, where it's like you say something so much that it's not funny anymore, and then you say it so much more that it becomes funny again. Like maybe that's what's happened with him.
He thinks that's what's happening, but she's just actually pissed.
Yeah.
And he thinks she's reacting. Like, he thinks it's funny that she's so mad.
Yeah, she's like, please stop
Yeah.
saying Twingies.
Yeah.
And he's like, ah, ha, ha, you're yes-anding me.
yeah. When I was
It's like when
in
you get tickled. No one wants it. Like, she's being tickled, and he thinks she likes it because she's reacting.
Because she's laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
when I was in elementary school, there was this Russian kid that lived behind us. We'd walk to school with him, and so he had like an accent, and he would like, I think he stuttered a little bit.
There's also something so funny about a little kid having a Russian accent.
Yeah.
Like a mobster.
Yeah. Well, he was like high pitched, so he would like say something, and then he would go. He goes, "So I went to the store with my dad, right?" Like he would say like right, but he would go right. So then one like vacation, me and my brother just kept going right, and then we'd be like, "Yeah, we have to turn right." And then I was like, "Yeah, do you know who invented the airplane? It was the Wright brothers." But then once I said that, it was kind of like the bit was kind of over after that. There wasn't really
once
much.
It got expanded too much.
There wasn't really anywhere to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said Wright brothers.
Uh-huh.
No.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
Maybe he needs to keep evolving the joke until
You
it's
have-
finished.
You look up every other word that says right, and you're like, doesn't work with that. Doesn't work with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like he's got to be like, he should change like, do you want some fingies? I'm just workshopping here. I don't have.
Oh yeah, this is good
And
advice
I'm also
though.
yeah
Would you like some fingies
for
Yeah.
your
yeah.
poon.
Yeah.
Mhm.
For your
you want some fingies for your poon?
I
Yeah, you
don't
should've
know.
put
I don't
it in
know.
a
I'm just
Like
spitballing.
a
I'm just
surprising
spitballing.
context or something.
Yeah.
Then that'd be more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could get resurrected.
Maybe
so
that would
Yeah.
change it up.
Yeah.
Right. Because I see why she's getting annoyed because it's like we have to.
Yeah.
Also, the thing that's getting me about this is like she keeps being like, I don't like this anymore, and he's like refusing to. I feel like there's a lapse in communication here where either she's not being like, she's not putting her foot down enough, or he's like really just can't pick up on this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But he's probably like
She's refusing
genuinely
to talk to him now.
And it's not getting to him.
Well, I don't know if she told him that or if she's just like ignoring him or whatever.
He's
Yeah.
probably like genuinely entertained by it, but then maybe there's probably something like maybe she's starting to realize that like this guy isn't gonna. I don't know.
Yeah,
it could mean more than that.
Yeah. Like she
Also-
thinks he's like
not ambitious or something.
he's like a vegetable
You know?
now and like he can't do anything but
Yeah.
that.
It's like a Pokemon.
Yeah.
He just says one thing over and
Yeah,
over
yeah.
again.
He's like a Pokemon.
Yeah, he's exactly. Also, but also like sometimes one of the funniest things to me is when somebody is upset or disgusted by something that I think is funny.
Like the poop thing.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'll tell this story.
Yeah.
Like for example, this is the funniest thing that's ever happened to me in my entire fucking life. Okay? I used to work at MTV and like we were having like a birthday party or something and somebody like brought donuts. It was like during the day and there's like TVs in every room playing MTV, which is like always ridiculousness. And so like I'm sitting there, I was a graphic designer and we were hanging out with the animators. And so like there was like this little Asian animator named Sung and she was like really sweet, really nice. And she was eating a donut and on the TV was ridiculousness. And it was a guy like on a skateboard and then shitting off the skateboard. But then they like replayed it. So they like rewinded it so the poop went back up his butt and then came back out.
Yeah.
And they did it like a few times.
Yeah.
And then Sung got so disgusted that she almost threw up in a trash can.
Yeah.
And that
She's
is
just gagging
And
over
she's
a
just
can.
trying
Yeah.
to eat her donut.
she's trying to eat her donut and gagging over a can, and they won't stop the poop going back up his butt and then off the skateboard.
Yeah.
And so it was, like that's really like I was laughing at
She's
somebody
like
else's
totally
pain, but-
innocent.
I know she's
Yeah.
just an innocent bystander in the pooping off the skateboard.
So
Yeah.
is this is like your poingies? So you try to bring it up all the time after that?
No, I'm just saying that like, oh, this is how I'm relating it back to the story. Maybe he thinks it's funny how upset she gets.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe
Yeah.
in the situation she's Sung and I'm the guy saying Twinkies.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Allie started following her around with a bag of diarrhea.
And I was like, you want to see this go up my butt?
yeah. She's like, I bought this off some homeless guy for $5.
The idea that I see a homeless guy shitting and I'm like,
Sir, wait.
here's $5.
Sir. I would like to buy your diarrhea.
And he's like, you can have it for free. And I'm like, no, I wouldn't want to do
No,
that.
come on.
And then he thinks that's a thing. He's like, oh, everyone else is doing cans. I got this.
Yeah.
He's like selling it all over.
Everybody else is picking up cake. I'm going to sell my diarrhea.
Pretty smart.
Disgusting.
He thinks he's a genius. Just walking around with bags of diarrhea.
He starts wearing a turtleneck. He's like, I'm the next Steve Jobs.
He's warming himself up with it, like a hot water bottle,
is
in bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. In
Yeah.
winter, you put that in your put it in your pants. It's like that. Wasn't there a Nathan for you? Like, wasn't there a Nathan for you
You're
show
gonna,
where
you're
he
gonna
was
cut
shitting
the gang rape stuff and leave this in. Leave the
Yeah.
diarrhea
Yeah.
stuff.
Poop is
against
funny.
gang rape for
Yeah.
shitting in bags, selling them on the street? Wasn't there a Nathan Fielder an episode where he was like pooping in his pants?
No, that was chili. He was trying to serve.
Yes, chili.
He was trying to serve chili in a stadium, but they wouldn't let him sell it
That's
anymore. So
right.
he made a fat suit full of chili, but it did look
yeah,
like
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
And so like,
And it was dripping out of his pants.
and so basically, yeah, like he had like a little like funnel come up, and he was wearing like a long sleeve shirt, and he'd be like, some chili, and they'd be like, yeah, sure, and then it would like squirt out of his like little
And it
hand
was just
tube
bags
into a bowl.
all around his legs and arms.
Yeah, and it just made him look real.
Do you watch this
fat.
show?
Yeah, it's stuff like that. I go, will I ever write comedy that good?
I
don't
know,
think so.
Yeah.
it's
You know,
so good.
the soundproof box where they put
Oh,
the
I
kid
love
in.
that one. Yeah.
They have an
It's like
orgy.
jungle noises in
Yeah.
space.
Yeah, they have a 7-person orgy.
Or the one where it's like he is trying to do like some David Blaine thing where he has to get out of handcuffs.
Oh yeah.
And if he
so
doesn't
the
do
kid
it in
doesn't see
time,
his dick.
yeah, if he doesn't do it in time, like his pants get pulled down in front of a group of
gets
children,
arrested.
and he's like, and there's a police officer right here to arrest me immediately.
I didn't see that one, but it sounds great.
It's so bananas.
Yeah,
Oh god.
I love that guy.
yeah.
I
He's
love-
he's one of my top comics ever that I would want to
Yeah.
work with.
I also
Him
think
and Tim Robinson, like TV show wise.
Yeah. I also think like a genius of that show, and they really got to it in the rehearsal, is like the interaction with normal people as the straight man.
Yeah.
Instead of just having like a straight man character.
Yeah.
It's like making people buy into the weird shit. It's kayfabe is what it is.
Yeah.
Really.
Somebody might be on the season 3 of I Think You Should Leave.
That we know?
Yeah, it's not me.
You piece of shit. You fucking piece
I'm gonna
of
tell
shit.
people that though.
Is it Mike Rowland?
Probably, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Wait, do you know who it is?
No.
You just made it up.
Your face like lit up.
I was like, Ari, don't
got
you
really
He just
excited,
wants us
yeah.
to think of him when we watch it and see, but someone would be like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, don't forget about me after I do the pod. This is it, you know. This is it. After this,
What? Oh, I'm not
We're
going to be invited
done.
back?
we're done interacting.
Why don't you let me? No, come on. Let me come back. I'll sit in that chair and I'll get
Oh, you wanted that?
sit in that chair with my foam finger and I'll bring 3 of my
You'll be our-
cousins.
you'll be our sidekick.
All
Yeah.
3 of your cousins.
I'll bring one cousin. We'll do a W and a C. We'll paint our bodies. I'll be like Fireman Ed, but for this podcast.
Dude,
I'll
honestly.
be like ROTHLESSCLOWNS. That's your show.
Oh, I got confused.
Brittany's like, what the fuck?
I thought you started with an R.
You did start with an R.
I
You
did?
said Roffless
W.
clowns.
Oh, okay, sorry. Well, you get the idea.
And I was like, where is this
Sorry.
going?
Sorry.
Sorry.
Well, if
so
you're gonna
fucking stupid.
if you're gonna do
I'm
that,
just
you have
outside.
to.
I'm like, hi, Mom. Yeah, I don't know. I choked.
I've definitely
I
had.
don't really know what happened in there.
Oh, shit.
I've definitely had that experience.
No, you
after
stupid
podcasts.
bitch. That's my only chance to impress the girls.
No, I can't ask them to delete it.
No, they're not going to delete it. They don't- yeah.
They're not gonna give me another chance now. I spelled worthless wrong.
Yeah.
Right in front of their eyes and ears.
Yeah. I said I liked Everclear. I said it was a good band. Allie just ironically likes them.
No, I don't ironically like them. I like them for real, but I think that they're bad.
Yeah, I have a lot of bands like that. I like
You know
them,
what I
but I
Mean?
think they're awful.
Like Limp
I
Bizkit.
don't-
Like Limp Bizkit and Korn.
How is Limp Bizkit bad? If you enjoy it, it's not bad.
Yeah.
No.
If it brings you joy, how is it bad? How is it
Because
bad?
it's only joy from memories, I think. I don't know if I would like it if I found out about
That's
it
true.
today.
Yes, there's a lot of music that I listen to that I like today only because of the nostalgia attached to it, not because
Yeah, and because the
like,
kind of person I was then when I was listening to it.
yeah.
I like
so
when he's like, "You
different
get knocked the fuck out." That's good when you're 12 years old. That's great.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I remember hearing Twist for the first
It's like
time.
exactly what you need to hear as a 12-year-old.
The reason why he's good. Also, there's like a lot of bands, like especially like new metal and pop punk,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like their whole like they're 40-year-old men
Mm-hmm.
who are like creating songs about emotions that teenagers have.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Which
And
is
then-
kind of weird. Yeah. I
Yeah,
Yeah,
guess.
and then all of those pop punk guys, I don't know how into pop punk you guys are,
Mm.
but like many of them got like arrested for fucking underage fans.
Yeah.
Told me this, yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, are we surprised? All
Yeah.
of their songs are about being in high school and they're like
Yeah.
40.
Yeah.
You know, like where do you think they get their material from?
Right.
Yeah.
There's a kid's YouTube guy named Blippy. And so we were,
Blippy?
yeah, he's a massive YouTube star.
Okay.
And he's like just a guy that goes to different places and makes videos and stuff.
Yeah.
But he's worth like $110 million. He's like a massive star. And since I'm only bringing this up because we were talking about diarrhea earlier, but apparently in like 2013,
Get your bags of diarrhea.
yeah,
$5.
yeah. Yeah, it's always a diarrhea heavy episode when Mike Recine comes on. I should have just had my agent let you know that. But there's like a video of he did like a Harlem Shake video, which I didn't really pay attention to those when they came out. But the Harlem Shake video, it's like one person dancing and then it cuts to like a bunch of people dancing.
Oh, yeah.
So Blippy, he had a different personality. His name was like Stevie Grossman or something.
Okay.
And he would do shocking, like gross out videos.
Gotcha.
So he did a Harlem Shake video where he like he was in a bathroom. He was like naked standing on a toilet, and he did a Harlem Shake video where it's like he starts like the dance. And are you familiar with the Harlem Shake videos?
Yes,
I am
familiar, yeah.
Because I wasn't until I read this article. And then it cut to him like spraying diarrhea on his friend. And now he's like this like massive children's entertainment guy where he's like, let's go to the we're gonna go to the farm today.
So that like launched his
Today we learned to
career.
tie our shoes. But that happened before the children's thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. This was like 10 years ago when he was kind of figuring it out.
Yeah. Because I feel like Harlem Shake was big in like 2012.
2012, 2013.
Yeah.
That's like when a comic first starts out and they don't really know their voice, and then you see them 10 years later and they're completely different.
Completely different.
He went from that diarrhea thing to...
But
that was
honestly,
his artistic journey.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's nice to see him work on his bits.
I think he like shat on his friend's ass. Like he like I don't know. And I read the article. I didn't see the video, but
you imagined it.
Because the article came with like a drawing. So they were like, here's my rendering. the journalist who wrote the article. Yeah, they were like, here's
gotta get a picture of
basically what the video looks like, and it's like a stick figure of like a guy.
Oh my God.
standing on top of a toilet, and then I guess his friend was like bent over, and he
was shitting into the other guy's ass.
He was shitting into the other guy's ass.
Was the drawing needed? You could just imagine it. Right?
It kind of was needed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I was reading it like, what the fuck? Like, yeah,
shitting into another guy's ass.
Yeah, I was reading it like Indiana Jones, trying to decipher.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, it all makes sense.
You started drawing it yourself, then you turned the page and saw the drawing. You're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, once I saw the drawing,
we gotta get that drawing.
If I were gonna draw this, I would draw
Where
it
do you
like
think
this.
this article was? The New York Times. It was on the internet.
I'm picturing you with a newspaper.
It was in the newspaper.
I was imagining a newspaper.
It was the New York Times magazine.
Yeah.
And you're like reading it seriously on a couch.
Yeah.
Coffee.
I'm smoking a pipe, like in a robe.
You're like, oh, I get it now. He's shitting into his ass.
Sweetheart, children's entertainer Blippy had diarrhea on his friend.
Wait, so was it a scandal that he had made that video?
Was it a scandal? No, not really. But people were kind of like upset about it. But then, like reading the article, I was like, oh, this is funny.
Yeah.
Gotcha. But like,
I was like, good for him.
What was the article about? Was the article about like the outrage?
What was the article about?
Well, no.
The article was how he's had diarrhea on his friend.
But why is it important?
I mean, you kind of have to lead with that when you're right. You kind of.
But like, was the article about the outrage, or was it about like, did you know
just
that this guy
shit
shit into his friend's ass 10 years ago on YouTube?
The article was about Elmo, and they were like, by the way.
You were reading about the war in Afghanistan.
Yeah. Now here's something light to take your mind off
Here's some eye bleach
the
for
torture
you.
program. Yeah.
But like, honestly, I was thinking about this earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube was so bananas. Like now you can't say fuck on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
But like there used to be like beheading videos.
Oh
on
yeah,
YouTube.
Yeah,
on
you've
YouTube?
seen all of those.
Yeah, like the fucking like early Iraq war beheading videos. You could find them on YouTube when you were younger. Also, I always get into this rabbit hole of talking about fucked up shit I saw on the internet when I was a kid. But like
they did used to be.
You gotta talk about what you feel passionate about.
And it's
I'm not
gang rape.
It's gang rape, a guy shitting off a skateboard.
Beheadings.
And then the Comanche Warriors.
Yeah.
And your dog.
And my dog, yeah. I don't know.
Oh, we haven't talked about your dog.
I know.
Yeah.
She's doing a good job.
She's an angel from heaven. I love her so much. But I don't know. Anyway, I'm trying not to talk about my dog.
That's no, you can talk about her.
I don't know. She's great. She's really tired today because it was hot.
Oh.
Yeah. She's walking around.
Can she go to the dog park?
She has a hard time. I call her dogtistic because she has a hard time like reading other dogs' social cues.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of the times she'll like get too into a dog's face and then they'll snap at her. And then she'll just be like, we're playing. And then the dog will be like, like she never growls at another dog, but like a dog will be like, back off. And she's like, oh, are we friends?
Mm-hmm. She's just with the dog being like, should we get some poingies for the wound?
Yeah.
And everyone's like, shut the fuck up.
She doesn't pick up on social cues.
Yeah. She's pretty bad at that.
Okay.
But so I don't take her to the dog park, but she's good around like dogs one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
Like my brother's dog and shit.
Nice.
Anyway, this is
it's great.
Boring.
No, I like it. It's a nice change of pace.
Every time you talk about your dog. We can do it sometimes.
It can't be ISIS beheading videos and diarrhea for the whole episode.
But that's what I want it to be. That's what I want this. I have a creative vision for this pod.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to keep your demeanor, like the way you look to other people. You're really trying to build it up.
Well,
for real, Comanche, diarrhea, snakes, gang rape.
It's hard to talk about stuff you love. Like, I don't know. I only have a handful of jokes about like my dog and my kid because people just don't care about it the way that you do. Obviously, unless you can get I mean,
Unless
she
it's
seems
like-
like a great dog, but
Unless it's like
everybody has a
subversive
dog
in
that
some
they
way.
love. Yeah.
Like usually the jokes that people write about their kids that people like is being like, my kid's a fucking idiot. And it's
Yeah.
funny because it's like you're supposed to love your kid.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't
But
do
it's
that.
like,
I think that's awful. I think
Really?
comics who do that should be executed. Yeah.
by ISIS.
Yeah, yeah.
And then get diarrhea all over.
They should- yeah. Blippy should shoot diarrhea down their neck after ISIS chops their head off.
What if we get rid of the death penalty and we just have Blippy diarrhea on people?
It's not a bad idea.
Honestly,
Yeah.
not too bad.
Yeah. You get a last meal before you.
No, you get your last meal after. You have to eat it after.
You don't want this, do you? Yeah. Throw it out.
They're like, eat it. And they're like covered in shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like a filet mignon.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're crying through the shit.
Excuse me, she worked her ass off on it.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Should we end it there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we end it?
Yeah.
Hell
Sure.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Unless you
we
got
should-
something on your mind burning. We can go through it.
No, not.
More diarrhea.
You want to talk about diarrhea?
No, do I? No, I think we exhausted that. Is there funny stuff about? I don't know. Has anything funny happened with the dog? I had my kid and I lost all my feelings for my dog. It's hard. It's hard for me
That
to
happened
give
to my
a
best
shit
friends too.
about the
Really?
They
dog,
just became an annoyance because
Yeah.
they were so
That makes
focused on the
sense.
kid.
And I was obsessed with the dog before.
Yeah.
But I
'cause
still try. I don't think he knows.
Yeah.
You don't think the dog knows that you're not obsessed with him anymore?
I don't think he does.
You don't think you noticed
Oh, okay.
change in interactions?
Maybe, yeah. But I try
I
to
felt
be
sad
like,
for my friends' dogs.
Yeah.
That they started ignoring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just because like the children are so much more demanding,
Mhm.
you know? And it's like everything that was fun about a dog is.
Yeah, but also it's like it's your child, so you look at your dog and you're like, this is food if it has to be.
Wait, so does your dog like did your dog like change when your son came into the picture?
He didn't really change, but like you'll see all these YouTube videos of like our dog meets our baby for the first time, and it's like really
yeah.
sweet. And he like he was totally indifferent to the baby, and he's still kind of indifferent. Like you hear about like dogs being protective of babies, and
Yeah.
he's not really protective.
Isn't your dog a
Like,
Shar Pei?
Yeah,
And they're guard
Shar-Pei
dogs.
pug. Yeah,
So you'd think that they would be protective.
but they're also like palace dogs. So I think they
Oh.
get
He's
a
a
little
prince.
yeah.
He's a little shitty prince.
Yeah, he's like
Yeah.
yeah. He's like
Does he get jealous when you hang out with your kid?
No, but I think he doesn't get as much attention as he used
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well,
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
yeah.
You're right.
We're back.
It's not that funny. It's not as funny to talk about stuff you love. Here's my impression of a guy having diarrhea.
This is a die only pod.
Yeah.
Princess Di. I used to call it Princess Di all the time. Still do.
You think she's alive?
Do I think Princess
Like some
Diarrhea is
people
alive?
do?
I mean,
Queen-
sorry, Diana.
Princess diarrhea.
Oh, okay. Now we're cooking with gas.
Yeah.
No, I don't think she's alive. Wait,
No, yeah,
is
I
that
don't-
a real thing?
That's a conspiracy.
But I think she was
Is it?
probably. I think
No.
she's
I
probably
think so.
killed by the royal family.
The
I
queen
wouldn't be
killed her
surprised.
for sure.
Absolutely, with her bare hands. I
Yeah.
saw she was in the car.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
She was driving and then she crashed the
Yeah.
car and then got out.
Yeah, the driver pulled his wig off and it was the queen.
Yeah.
He's like,
it's such a non-creative like conspiracy to be like, actually, that person's still alive.
it's
Because you could
Yeah.
just do that for
non-creative,
anybody who died.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
people
not
say
really
that about
good.
Tupac
Which
and
what is the
Elvis.
point? But what is the point
Yeah.
of being still alive? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
like
then they just find a look-alike, like Katy Perry. They think it's John Benet Ramsey.
yes.
Which but that
Based
doesn't
on
even
her
make
eyebrows.
sense.
No.
Yeah.
Based on the eyebrows?
Yeah.
Wait, how does it make sense, Mike?
What?
No, I said it doesn't.
Oh, I thought you said,
I said that doesn't
that
even
one makes sense.
No, I was saying like it doesn't. Yeah, it
Yeah.
makes no sense. People just want to
Yeah.
connect dots. That aren't
Yeah,
there.
like
Their only evidence is that they overlay Katy Perry's and John Benet Ramsey's faces. Like you can already see they
Yeah.
overlay it, and their eyebrows just happen to match real well.
and they have they have big blue eyes. They both have big blue eyes
yeah.
and shit. And it's
Mhm.
just like, yeah, but also Margot
Performance.
Robbie has
Yeah.
big blue eyes. Does she fucking is
Yeah.
she John Benet Ramsey, the
Yeah.
Australian?
Did
person?
I tell you about this?
Maybe I'm John Benet Ramsey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Did I tell you about this conspiracy? I don't. It's not a big one. It's like this like fringe one or whatever nobody knows about. But
Yeah.
it's like the whole basis of it is they go, oh, you know when you see a mountain, that's actually not a mountain. It's a giant tree stump that the government is like hiding. They want to hide that they had giant trees. And then the whole video of evidence is just pictures of tree stumps next to mountains that have a similar shape. Yeah. And they play like really ominous music behind it.
Yeah.
They show like 100 pictures and that's...
Yeah. But I'll fall for any conspiracy.
If it has good music.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's also like, just what would they do with the timber? How would they cut the tree down? How long ago did they cut the tree down?
Yeah.
Why don't
There's
they
no
want the
purpose
giant
behind
trees?
And then their other evidence is they'll go to like fantasy movies and be like, see, there's a giant tree in this movie.
If it can be conjured up in
If we
Tolkien's
can imagine
imagination,
it, then
then it
we
must
can only
also
imagine
exist.
based on reality.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh God. Well,
Yeah.
what's your favorite conspiracy?
My favorite. I don't know. I guess 9/11. I guess it's kind of hack to say that, but
That is a cool one.
that somebody crashed a plane into him.
yeah.
That's your
That it
favorite.
happened.
Yeah,
that happened
my-
at all.
Yeah. You know what actually happened was Al Qaeda crashed a plane into. Yeah.
I was doing a spot the other day and I asked about conspiracy. I didn't really want an answer. I shouldn't have asked. But the guy started going into it. You were there?
I was
right?
there. Yeah, I
At
didn't
Jewel?
hear him though.
Oh, yeah. He just started like being one of those people.
He was like that we're being listened to all the time, and I'm like, that's not a conspiracy. That's just a thing.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Well,
It's
the
just a thing.
RFK one is pretty cool, I guess, because there were like 13 shots fired
Yeah.
in the hotel.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
there was some lady in a polka dot dress
Mm-hmm.
that was like, "We got him." She was like running around the street being like, "We got him, we got him."
Wait, RFK?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was also
JFK's brother.
assassinated.
Oh,
His name is like
yeah.
Sergio, right? Was the name?
Sirhan.
Whatever. Listen, I'm not one for
So-
book reading. I didn't even finish that Comanche
His name
book.
is Sergio.
His name is Serge Tankian, right?
Yeah, sure. Sergio.
I know that he had two
Yeah.
weirdly
No,
Eastern
that's her
European
deli guy.
names.
It's-
Yeah.
Your deli guy, Serge Tankian from System of a Down.
yeah.
Yeah.